stuff. And that's not all. Drywall Screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center Outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, communications, in the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
The best.
To exit.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Nirvana Medical Spa is Ocala's premier medical spa, home to a variety of non-invasive corrective laser treatments and facials. Besides filler, neurotoxin, laser hair, we offer PRP, tattoo removal, body contouring, vaginal rejuvenation, urinary incontinence, and men's sexual health. Become a better, brighter, happier you at Nirvana Medical Spa.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back as we wrap up hour number 2 of the show. Give you some updates on the prices of oil around the world. Brent crude is down $6.50 today, and WTI crude is down $6.80 today. So they're down. WTI's at 102, and Brent crude's at 108. 2 weeks ago, one was at 120, the other one was at 128. So they've dropped, $20 over the last 2 weeks. AAA gas prices said the national average is $4.95. Florida's average, though, 19 cents less than that at $4.76 a gallon. And Marion County, 3 cents less than that at $4.73 a gallon. So gas is down from where it was at $4.99 a couple weeks ago. According to Gas Buddy, the best places to buy gas in the city as of 38 minutes ago, Sam's Club on Southwest College Road had gas at $4.43. The Circle K, which is right in front of Sam's Club, has it at $4.42. Murphy's Express out on Southwest 200, $4.44. The Walmart on Southwest 200, $4.47. The Murphy Oil on Southwest 200, $4.47. The Circle K on Southwest 200, $4.47. The Shell and Circle K at Southwest 200 is $4.50. The Racetrack on Southwest College Road and 2000 block of Southwest College Road, $4.52. The Racetrack on Pine right there at 40, $4.52. And the 7-Eleven on North Pine right at 27, $4.54 a gallon. So those are your top 10 lowest gas prices in the Ocala area as of 38 minutes ago. So Gas Buddy does a good job. If you want to find out any more information about where to find the cheapest gas in town, go to gasbuddy.com. State of Florida, then the city of Ocala, and it will give you the lowest gas, but the lowest gas in our area. Right now is at Sam's Club, $4.34 a gallon. If you don't want to go to Sam's, you don't have a Sam's membership, right in front of Sam's, Circle K, $4.42 a gallon. Yeah, we're so happy with $4.42 a gallon. It's come down from $4.95. The things we'll accept in this country, the things we'll accept. Like the news media is all over a new announcement from President Biden. We'll talk about it in the next hour. How he's going to help us with gas. He's got a way to help us with the pricing. He's going to Congress today to make an impassioned speech to make sure they understand we need to help the American public with gas prices. It's out of control. We'll talk about what his plan is and how it comes up woefully short. We'll do that after the break. Right now, let's go to the phone lines. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Hello, Tom.
Hey, you.
See, I heard in the news that the 4th of July, they might be setting record-breaking automobile travel. So evidently,
AAA believes it'll be a record-breaking year, 4th of July.
Yeah, right. And with the prices of gas, it's hard to imagine that. You know, it's I don't know. I guess people can afford higher gas prices if that's the case.
Well, I think some people are putting gas prices in front of some other bills because they're coming out of the pandemic. They hadn't been able to celebrate the birth of the nation. They hadn't been with their loved ones for a long time. I think you're going to see people bite the bullet and just say, I got to pay the gas because we got to go. We got to get out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Even when you go shopping, if you cut back on beef, you could probably put some money into a trip.
That's what I'm saying. So, eggs. Who needs a dozen eggs at $4? Just get 6. Get 6.
Right, exactly. Well, it's an interesting fact that there's going to be a lot of traffic, and look at the airline tickets. They're out of. My gosh, they're way up. But
and the planes are full.
Is not something either.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Planes are full, even though the prices are up.
Right, yeah, right. All the flights are filled up, and they don't have enough people to. They have to cancel a lot of flights because they don't have enough people to take care of everybody.
Cruise ships are leaving left and right out of Port Canaveral and Tampa and Miami at Fort Lauderdale. Cruise ships are leaving left and right, full of passengers. So we'll see. Hugh, thanks for the call. We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The Uvalde, Texas school shooting massacre could have been stopped within 3 minutes. DPS Director Steve McCraw says at a Senate hearing Tuesday, the investigation revealed the door to the classroom in which officers waited for over an hour before entering was unlocked and did not need a key.
So the door was unsecured, and we've gone back and checked in our interviews, and did anybody touch the door and try it? No one had.
The U.S. Senate Tuesday reached a bipartisan deal on gun control for law-abiding citizens. The first major legislation on gun control in decades could be put to a vote by the end of the week. This legislation would give the government more control to take guns away from citizens it sees not fit. The vote was 64-34, with 14 Republicans joining the effort. For more information, visit us online at usaradio.com. USA Radio News.
Stress. It never seems to end when you owe money to the IRS. What about the years of unfiled tax returns? Have you tried another tax service and gotten nowhere? Then you need Tax Alliance. Why? Years of being A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau with no consumer complaints sets them apart. Call 800-624-9275. That's 800-624-9275. Don't wait until the IRS attacks your wages, bank account, your home or pension, and even your Social Security check. Tax Alliance specializes in IRS tax relief programs, including the Fresh Start Initiative, which can finally free yourself from IRS debt. Their tax professionals can file returns, fight the IRS to substantially lower your IRS debt, or possibly even have it forgiven. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes, have unfiled tax returns, or have a payment plan and are still frustrated, call 800-624-9275. That's 800-624-9275.
Tax Alliance, your tax resolution solution.
Air travel continues to be difficult. Various airports have reported long wait lines at check-in counters that often stretch to the outside. American Airlines.
The best and worst places to be a honeybee, and one problem that's affecting many of them around the nation.
Without a good honey flow, we've had to feed a lot of sugar syrup to keep them alive and healthy.
That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
They say farming isn't a career, it's a way of life. While the work is rewarding, the daily stresses can be both physically and emotionally demanding. Sadly, 50% of farmers say it's difficult to access therapy or counseling in their community. Our 24-hour helpline changes that. Call 211 or text FARM-FL to 898-211. You don't have to deal with stress or anxiety alone. Learn more at 211.org.
As we continue to celebrate National Pollinator Week, we take a look at the problems honeybees and their beekeepers are facing. One such problem is the drought that has plagued much of the nation over the last few years. North Dakota is the nation's top beekeeping and honey-producing state, and while its colder temperatures may help keep bee predator the varroa mite at bay, even that state has faced drought. And as California beekeeper and former president of the American Beekeeping Federation, Gene Brandy points out, drought means fewer flowers, and that means less natural food for the honeybees.
We're having a drought in California once again, and so the availability of good floral sources is not good. We don't have a lot of floral sources for the bees to work. We did get some pollen this spring, not as much as in a good year, but we had very, very little nectar, so we had to supplement the bees' diet with sugar syrup that we had to buy.
He said his honey production for this year is far lower than normal. Other areas in the nation that don't have to deal with severe drought, such as the Southeast, still have other issues when it comes to honeybees. We'll have more on that in tomorrow's program. I'm Sabrina Halverson for the Southeast AgNet.
Unbeatable prices and events are popping up everywhere at Rural King, like an antique steel fire pit for just $49.98. Or your choice of 27-foot tie-down ratchet straps, just $7.99 a piece. And don't miss taking a spin on the baddest mowers at our Lawn Mower Rodeo, Saturday, June 18th from 10 till 2. Must be 16 or older to ride. Shop now at RuralKing.com or your neighborhood Rural King, America's farm and home store.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be sunny to partly cloudy with low humidity and a high of 87 to 90, and mainly clear tonight, low 69 to 71. Thursday will be mostly sunny, high tomorrow 92 to 94, then a humid day Friday with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Watch for an afternoon and evening thunderstorm in spots, high on Friday 92 to 96. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Do you suffer from joint pain or anxiety? Natural Life CBD Kratom and Kava can help. Our CBD certified associates will consult with you. Chocolate, gummies, CBD oil. We have Delta 8 products with quality you can trust, all held to the highest standard. Natural Life has 2 locations to serve you, open 7 days a week, located in the S-Curve and in the Heathbrook Shopping Plaza. Give them a call at 352-355-3040, and if you stop in and tell them you heard it on WOCA, you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, Of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Wednesday, I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you from the studios of WOCA Radio, located just off the runway in the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. Let's go out to the phone lines. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, Tom. It's Sonny. I got 2 points. Number one, I think Biden's plan is to suspend the gas tax or tax on fuels, the one we pay for infrastructure that never seems to get done. And the other thing is it's just mind-boggling that these people are planning a gun control bill which allows the government to take guns away at their discretion. I don't think so. And I urge everybody to call their representatives. Yeah, the bill's in the Senate, but I think it has to go to Congress to be finalized. And I applaud everybody or urge everybody to call their representatives. This is an incursion on the Second Amendment, which the people in Washington or the people in power in Washington want to do away with. Have a good day.
Sonny makes some good points. Let's talk about the president's. He's going to Congress today to make an impassioned plea because he can't do it. Congress has to give him permission to do it. And he wants to roll back the federal tax on gasoline. He wants to roll it back until December. So let me get this right, Joe. You want to roll back? You want to cut the tax so we don't have to pay it for the federal gas tax, because that'll help us with pricing. A whole 18 cents. Yep, 18 cents. Let that sink in for a minute. There's a national crisis with gas pricing. There's a national shortage of gas. And he thinks rolling back 18 cents off the price is going to help. So let's see how much he saves me. I have a 20-gallon tank. So he's going to save me $3.60 a tank. So I fill up once every about 6 days. So for lack of a better term, once every week. So that's 52 weeks times $3.60. Thanks, Joe. You're going to save me about $180 in a year. Not even a light bill. Thanks, Joe. How about this? How about roll back your executive orders? How about we start pumping oil in the 6 states you shut down the oil pumping in? How about you roll back, for the next 6 months, you put a moratorium on your executive orders that stop oil production, so that more oil gets into the market. More oil in the market, more supply and demand issues. When there's more supply, prices go down. When there's less supply, prices go up if there's demand for it. And your executive orders cut the supply. 18 cents, that's like saying, oh, the house is on fire. Let me get the garden hose. House is still going to burn down. You just may be able to make it not happen as quick. You may be able to save the back stairs so that they don't burn away, but the house is destroyed. That's what you're doing with this 18 cent. Oh, look at what I'm doing as the president. I'm doing you such a solid. I'm going to ask Congress to roll back an 18.5 cent on every gallon. That's what he's talking about, rolling back. Ooh, Joe, do us all the favor. Thanks. Appreciate it. How about roll back your executive orders that are hampering the production of oil in the United States? Remember AAA? Remember they talked about it a couple weeks ago? AAA said by Joe's executive orders cut the world supply by 6% and the U.S. supply by 27%. AAA had that article where Joe cut the U.S. supply of oil by 1/4, a little over 1/4. How about you roll those executive orders back and put that quarter back in? How about you put that 27% oil that you took away back into the supply by rolling back your executive order? Oh, I couldn't do that. The executive order stopped Donald Trump from destroying the world. Didn't stop anything. It stopped the U.S. from being able to be gas independent, oil independent, fuel independent. Oh, Tom, you're wrong. It's the Ukrainian. But no, it wasn't. We have had gas prices started going up as soon as he signed executive orders shutting down production of oil 2 years ago. January 20th, Inauguration Day, he filed his first executive order against the oil companies. How about you ramp up production by giving people the ability to pump oil out of the ground, Joe? The largest oil deposit in this country, according to AAA, there is in the Green River Basin. You can go look up the Green River Basin oil, and you'll find article upon article upon article that say the same thing. The Green River Basin, underneath it, has as much oil there as the rest of the world oil reserves combined. Yet we're buying oil from Venezuela. We're buying oil from Saudi Arabia. We're buying oil, from Kuwait. OPEC nations. Somebody goes, well, but what happened? How are we export so much of ours? Well, we have treaties. We have agreements. We have to adhere to those because they're tied to other agreements. So right now we're exporting 87% of the gas we refine in this country to other people. And we're buying the oil and all from foreign countries. Why can't we produce the oil ourselves? Roll it back, Joe. That's all I'm saying. Roll it back. It's not that difficult of an equation. You roll back your executive orders. Oil production ramps up. Gas refinery ramps up. Prices come down because there's more supply than there is now to meet the demand. When you have less supply, the demand drives price up. When you have more supply that can meet the demand, prices go down. It's that easy. It's not difficult. It's just economics. You're listening to Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
UC Kinetics patient Robert Patterson, a veteran and business owner, struggled at work and in the gym with chronic agonizing shoulder pain.
Those injuries just continue to nag, and if you don't treat them, they just get worse. And I just kind of abused my body for a long time, and it finally had said enough is enough.
That's okay, because QC Kinetics tells your pain, hey, enough is enough. Their regenerative treatments bring you relief by helping restore and repair damaged tissue with no drugs, no downtime, and best of all, no surgery.
I was able to exceed the goals that I had previously attained in the gym. It was absolutely worth its weight in gold, so I could continue to live life without limitation.
Ready to get lasting relief from your joint pain? Call QC Kinetics to learn more about how natural biologic treatments can get you lasting results. Call now. It's a free consultation.
352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550.
QC Kinetics, 352-400-4550.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros, trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck. Hey, did you know there's an Italian bakery in Ocala? Well, there is. It's the Magnolia Italian Bakery, where you can get the best Italian specialties. We have Italian and New York cheesecakes, fresh-made cannolis, cream puffs, eclairs, and even custom and gourmet cakes. We even serve hot and cold lunch daily. I suggest you try the Italian special number 3. We even cater big and small events. So call ahead, 352-207-2667. Visit the Magnolia Italian Bakery. Manja. God bless.
Things are heating up at Blockers Furniture in Ocala. Hot deals and summertime savings in every department. Their over 80,000 square foot showroom is full of savings like queen storage bed dresser and mirror sets starting as low as $19 per month. Sofas starting as low as $13 per month. And all Palliser furniture is 25% off. And outdoor furniture too, 25% off. And the Mattress Gallery has mattresses starting as low as $3.99. See Blockers for full offer details. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala. Online at blockersfurniture.com.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Folks, now listen to this, because it may be hard to believe. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens is having a 50% off sale on practically everything in their huge 5.5-acre store right now at the beginning of the summer growing season. You name it. It's probably marked down by 1/2, 50% off during this sale. I'm talking camellias and azaleas and roses, gardenias, shrubs, herbs, and citrus. I'm talking about crepe myrtles, flowering vines and shrubs, hanging baskets. I'm talking about hundreds of items in their outdoor garden display, too much to name here. Practically nothing is being held back. It's your one best chance of the year to stock up, really stock up for the growing season. See the ad at bobwinescamelliagardens.net, then hurry on over to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. They're open daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, keeping Ocala green and growing for 70 years.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business, because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. Wednesday, during the break, a listener called in and said, the Keystone Pipeline. What about the treaty that Canada and the U.S. had had for the Keystone Pipeline, because it originates in Canada, comes down to Louisiana. And look, I don't believe the Prime Minister of Canada wanted that pipeline either. I think that they're more worried about caribous and wild rabbits and reindeer than they are the needs of the American and Canadian people. So, until they do something to change the attitude, this is going to be a situation. Good morning, you're on Ocala Talks.
Hello again, Tom. You say you don't hear too much, but what would be how would the idea of changing automobiles and auto traffic over from regular to natural gas? We have so much of that, and it burns cleaner. Couldn't we convert our cars that way rather than going to a very expensive electric situation?
I don't know how much the conversion costs for compressed natural gas, but we do have a plethora of it. But again, that's still a fossil fuel, and the powers that be don't want anything to do with fossil fuel.
Well, we all know it burns cleaner, and we have enough of it. I mean, it's a possibility because the electric automobile. I don't know how anybody's going to be able to afford one.
Well, and then on top of that, somebody put a meme out on Facebook the other day. It was a bunch of train cars hauling coal, and it says, "Hey, here comes the fuel to create your electricity for your electric cars."
Yeah, right. That whole thing doesn't make any sense. It's either improving gas automobiles to run cleaner, and I believe they run fairly clean. I mean, they've done quite a lot of improvements, and they maybe can do some more that way too.
Well, it comes down to the same thing that happened in the late 70s and early 80s, Hugh. The automobile industry needs to come up with a more viable way to conserve gas. The vehicle Matt Gibbs drives, it's a big SUV, but when he doesn't have to, it runs as a 4-cylinder, not an 8-cylinder, and so he gets over 30 miles to the gallon in a big suburban type vehicle. There's a big solution to
there's a big solution to the problem right there.
Yeah, you remember in the 70s, you had the Buick Rivieras and you had the Delta 88s and these big cars that were drinking, getting 11, 12 miles to the gallon were all they were getting. Well, then the gas embargo hit, the oil embargo hit and everything. We needed better fuel. We needed better fuel economy. Lo and behold, some companies that nobody had paid attention to, they thought they were making junk and motorcycles. Honda and Toyota hit the market. Now all of a sudden they're getting 22, 23 miles to the gallon. You're doubling your ability to, gas, doubling the amount of gas that you don't use. You're using half as much gas to travel the same distance. And those car markets took off, and, gas, it wasn't that big a deal because we made it more. If you had a vehicle right now like my Cadillac, it gets 24 miles to the gallon. So I get about 375, 400 miles out of a tank of gas. If they could make it where that engine could still have, and I know with technology and all, they can do this. The auto industry has done it numerous times, come up with better options. And this, like Matt Suburban's the prime example, if they could make it where I could get better gas mileage but still have the engine capability and the power capability when I need to pull stuff and all, where I could go from 22 or 23 miles to the gallon to 35 miles to the gallon, where I would get 500 miles instead of 400. Well, that saves me every 4 fill-ups, I get the 5th fill-up free, basically.
There you go.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I think hybrids and better gas mileage, fuel capacity is what we're going to have to do. I don't believe the electric car craze is going to. I think it'll be a big market. Don't get me wrong. I believe there'll be a big market for electric cars, but I'd never envision a time where it's only electric cars.
No. like we were talking, going way back to the, I'll call it the old days, like when my dad had a Riviera or a big 98 Oldsmobile, and I was a teenager then, I'd say, hey, Dad, can I use the car this weekend to take a girl on a date? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, did I feel like a king in that car? I'm telling you, that car, I didn't give a shit. As far as the gas mileage, I didn't give that car was, I just felt like a king in that car,
Yeah. Well, my dad had a Chrysler Coronet that I thought was the greatest car ever. It had power windows, air conditioning, and my dad let me drive it. I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. And those radios had speakers all over the place. That's how they came. And it was just oh man, you took a date on a go to the drive-in movie or whatever you want. And with that car, it was just like you just felt like you were the top of the notch and top of the world.
And you fill the car up for $10.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And that didn't bother you. Yeah, that didn't bother you a bit. It's just it's just the love and the luxury of driving that big car. They just don't make them like that anymore, do they?
They just don't. Thanks for the call, Hugh.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah, those big gas. But the problem with those cars, even though they were great cars and they cruised it so good, and you felt like you were royalty driving them. They got about 20 gallons to the mile. Those big old motors drank the gasoline. Drank it. But, there's got to be alternatives. But in the short term, the quickest way to alleviate the pressure of these high fuel costs are rolling back the executive orders that Joe Biden signed the day he got in office. But Joe Biden says he doesn't politicize everything. He politicizes. Gas is politicized. Fuel consumption in this country is a political football. If it wasn't, Joe Biden could roll the executive orders back just like with no problem. But the backlash he'd face from his base, the backlash he'd face from the people in the Senate and the Congress that are his allies, Democrats, the backlash he would face. Instead, he's like, just give me 18 cents off for 6 months. 18 cents off. So let's see, because he only wants to roll it back for 5 months, I think, from July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months, okay? He wants to start at July 1st. So let's see if he saves me 18 cents on a gallon. That's $3.60 a tank. I fill up every week, so we'll do that 26 weeks. So let's go 3.6 times 26. Joe Biden would save me $93 over a 6-month period. So let's divide that by 6. That means by rolling the gas tax back, Joe, you'd save me $15 a month. Thanks, pal. By getting that 18 cent rolled back, you're going to save me, Tom Schmitz, $15 a month. So what is that? 2 Starbucks? What is that? 4 beers maybe. Where I like to get my beer, 4 beers maybe at my local watering hole. Oh. How to get me a hamburger without tip at a local restaurant. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. I can see you really are out there helping the American public. $15 a month discount. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The Uvalde, Texas school shooting massacre could have been stopped within 3 minutes. DPS Director Steve McCraw says at a Senate hearing Tuesday, the investigation revealed the door to the classroom in which officers waited for over an hour before entering was unlocked and did not need a key.
So the door was unsecured, and we've gone back and checked in our interviews, and did anybody touch the door and try it? No one had.
The U.S. Senate Tuesday reached a bipartisan deal on gun control for law-abiding citizens. The first major legislation on gun control in decades could be put to a vote by the end of the week. This legislation would give the government more control to take guns away from citizens it sees not fit. The vote was 64-34, with 14 Republicans joining the effort. For more information, visit us online at usaradio.com. USA Radio News.
Extendivite really works. Here's just a few testimonials from Amazon. Patricia, excellent herbal formula. I use Extendivite to keep my cardiovascular system fine-tuned. Brian, I'm using Extendivite, and for me, it has made a world of difference. God made all these nutrients in the ground. Enough said. Cammie, 5 stars. I feel a lot of energy since I started taking Extendivite. TR, 5 stars. All I can say is Extendivite works. Buy it, try it, and see for yourself. To get your Extendivite today, go to extendivite.com. That's XTENDOVITE.com, or call us at 1-877-928-8822.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
If you missed the first big week of the 50% off sale at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, don't worry. It's coming right at you for a second big week. Bob Wine's is throwing away their old price tags and slashing prices by 50% on practically their entire inventory. I'm talking 50% off on camellias and azaleas, roses, gardenias, shrubs, herbs, even citrus and other fruit, plus annuals, perennials, palms, and much more. And get this, 50% off on crepe myrtles, flowering vines, hanging baskets, flowering shrubs, indoor foliage, statuary, clay pottery, and more. See for yourself. Check the big ad or go to bobwinescamelliagardens.net. Special store hours too, daily till 4, Saturdays till 3. Now don't you miss it. The once in a lifetime 50% off sale at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, keeping Ocala in bloom for 70 years.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Wednesday, man, Nikki Fried, she ain't letting up, is she? She's the agricultural secretary. She's the only Democrat in DeSantis' cabinet. And she's towing the party line. She's doing what the White House is telling her. She's held 2 press conferences in the last 2 days. She's all over Governor DeSantis' decision not to pre-order vaccinations for young children. All that means is that you won't be able to go to the county or state health department, the local health department, and get a vaccine for your child under the age of 5 because the vaccines aren't there. You'd have to go to CVS or Walgreens or Publix or Walmart or wherever's got the vaccines, or your local doctor's office, your pediatricians. But do we really want to put these kind of drugs into a 6-month-old or a 1-year-old? No, that's what the governor's saying. Let the parents decide. You know, we as a state, we have our own Surgeon General here, and the state Surgeon General said that he disagrees with the White House and that this is, you know, that we need to inoculate young children under the age of 5 because the pandemic's so bad. Been no research that it is fatal to children that young. None. So the governor's saying, I'm not wasting taxpayers' dollars by requesting something that we don't think as a state we need. Well, now he's been, he's angered the White House. He's angered Democrats all over. And Nikki Fried says, it's all political. She said that this decision is a political move by DeSantis to get his name out there to show that he can stand up to the White House so he can make a run for the election to White House in 2024. How about this? How about the governor's just making a sound decision? How about it's not political? You know, if you want to talk about political, let's talk about when you revoked the emergency use of monoclonal antibody treatments that were showing to be used, but because it was showing to be effective in Ron DeSantis' Florida, you took away that ability. You didn't take it away because you thought it was dangerous. You took it away because Ron DeSantis was getting brownie points with it. You don't think that was political, Joe? Miss Fried, you don't think that was political? Look, I don't have any children, okay? But if I did have a child, I know there's enough evidence out there that shows unwanted inoculations could cause problems. And by the way, we don't know all the problems yet down the road that these vaccinations could cause because we're the guinea pigs. Remember, these vaccinations didn't go through the rigorous testing with lab animals and all before they got to humans. We were the lab animals because there was such a need and such a urgency to get a viable solution to the pandemic. But we don't know the long-term effects. I've talked to Pfizer, who I got my shot from. They were called in as a consult on my health issues where my legs swelled up and my heart issues and everything, because there is some evidence that it could be related to the vaccination I got. But I'm 55. Let's be frank. I'm on the downside of life. I'm over a half century old. That means I'm on the north side of the hill traveling south. I've topped the peak. I'm going down from here. A 9-month-old has still got a lot of climbing to do. And we don't know what that shot will do to stunt that climb or to harm that climb, or in some cases maybe stop the climb altogether. We don't know. Why would we subject a 2-year-old to something we have no idea what the effects long-term will be on that 2-year-old? The governor's saying tap the brakes. The state of Florida is not going to order any. You still have the ability to get the shots. You can go to CVS, Walgreens, different places to get the shot. You just can't go to your local health department because the state of Florida didn't order any. The Surgeon General gave their counsel to the governor, and then the governor made a decision based on the information he had that he feels is best for the population of the state of Florida. Hello, that's what he was elected to do. The White House wants to tell you it's political. It's him doing his job. Like I said, I don't have kids. But if I did, I'd be a little suspect about putting in an untested and you don't know the outcomes, the long-term effects of a vaccination in a young child. It's just my opinion. But it is fact we don't know the long-term effects on any of us because it's only been 2 years. But for the White House to say, and Nikki Fried to say, because she gets her marching orders from the White House, for them to say that Ron DeSantis has politicized this by not ordering vaccinations is ludicrous. He made an informed decision given the information that his Surgeon General gave him. In a time where we know some of the national agencies have given misinformation and disinformation. We know that now. Kudos to Governor DeSantis. You know, a 9-month-old doesn't need a COVID shot. Go look at the death rolls and go look at the sick rolls. Not a whole lot of numbers in the 9-month-old area. Not a whole lot of 2-year-olds were put on respirators with COVID in emergency rooms. There wasn't mass deaths in pre-K classrooms because of COVID. If anybody's politicizing it, the White House is by saying people are politicizing it. Take a break, come back and wrap up the Wednesday edition of Ocala Talks. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call QC Kinetics. Restorative regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmett Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550.